Hey, it's Mark with an altcoin market update for October 29th, 2021. When we last left off talking about altcoins, I had pointed out this cup and handle that you see here on this trading chart. Cup and handle is a basic trading pattern. It's very, very, very bullish. This is a classic, like basically almost a perfect textbook cup and handle. If it were anything other than a very basic textbook trading pattern, I wouldn't have been able to spot it. My technical analysis skills is like first grade level. It's very beginner. It's very entry. So I can really only see things that are like literally like you draw it in a textbook and you point it to my face, and then I look at this chart and I say, oh, that looks exactly the same. And this just happens to look exactly the same. But this is a 6 month cup and handle. 6 months going back to May. So uh, May 1st to we're about November 1st. 6 months. So even though, yeah, the price is going up, it's gone up after that cup and handle formed. It's gone from 870 billion to 940 billion. And this is the altcoin market excluding Ethereum. So there's no Bitcoin in here, there's no Ethereum in here. It is just all the alts, well, all the non-Ethereum alts. So it's already up from 870 billion to 940 billion dollars market cap. And so we expect that that will continue. That will continue to go up. 70% of the time, that's what happens when this pattern, when you see this pattern form. It's a very long-term pattern, 6 month pattern. So we're going to expect the whatever comes next, we'll watch that unfold over the course of months, not days. But let me step back a little bit. So that kind of sets the plate. That's the framework that we're thinking about when it comes to altcoins. And when you look at some other things that I just don't, this says it all. But if you look at the volume on altcoins, you look at the hype and the excitement that's starting to brew around altcoins. You look at how some of these things have already gone up 5 or 10x since the summer, and so we know that there's something brewing. We know there are good things happening. When I talk about altcoins, I want to look at it in the context of that bigger picture. And I've talked about this a little bit earlier this week in my Bitcoin update is, at any moment, these things, they're really, really volatile. I just want to take that bigger viewpoint, put all this into perspective, not the day to day, not even the week to week. So like I was talking about in my other update, my gut and the data and my reflections on history, having gone through a few of these cycles. And even coming into it, I came into this market at the end of October 2017, 4 years ago, right in the middle of just this massive FOMO. I mean, that was the end of the 2017 bull run. Or the end of that was the end of the bull run that ended at the end of 2017, beginning of 2018, in this massive just FOMO. Um, but 4 years ago, so if that's what happens next, well, I just happened to enter the market 4 years ago before a very similar sort of outcome. Now, the conditions from that time are different than they are now when you look at some of the specifics. But I think the expectation should be, my expectation is pretty much the same. There's going to be a massive explosion. And that may end the bull market. It may be the end. That blow off peak, it may just be boom. I can't I can't even do it on this chart to show you how it might be. But let me just shrink it out, and it's just, it's a rocket ship. Just a rocket ship. Which is crazy. $5 trillion. That would be triple. $5 trillion at the end of by the end of the year, triple the total value of the altcoin market. Bitcoin goes up to $150,000, $200,000 before the end of the year, within 2 months. So if you follow me for a while, that may seem crazy. It may seem unusual for me to say something like that. I didn't say it. Well, in general, you're going to find me at the less extreme end of any spectrum, much less the bullish spectrum. Normally I'm bullish or I'm bearish, and it's just, it's the circumstances. The circumstances dictate my outlook, and that's what I'm looking at, the circumstances. And the circumstances are, it's just uncanny how similar it is to every other time where the market just exploded. But I'm still sticking to my plan, and I talked about that in my Bitcoin update. I will link to that below. All the decisions are based on my plan. I'm just telling you my instincts. There are conversations I've had with people who I never would have thought would ever think about cryptocurrency, who are thinking about it now. Aunt Sally and Uncle Morton calling, asking me for advice. Billy down the street talking about, dude, I tripled my money on Shiba. It was amazing. SHIB, man. You check out SHIB. You buy the dip. You buying the dip. And so you get these these experiences, and then on top of that, I see people who honestly they only care about cryptocurrency when the prices go up, and usually they only buy within a few months of the local top, and often right at the top, and they're in. Hey Mark, oh dude, let me get in your altcoin insights. Hey man, look, I'm trying to buy this altcoin. Can you help me out? This is all the stuff that I only see when right about where just go on these explosions. And then altcoins go in. So Bitcoin goes up. Everybody says this is the expectation. Bitcoin goes up. Everybody gets really like antsy about everything. And then the altcoins go into alt season. Let me pull that up right now. Let's see. Okay. Should have had that ready before. But the idea being that we can expect, just like we have for a little while, we can expect the momentum to stay with the alts, even if the dominance goes back and forth, right? Altcoins are dead. Oh, look, Luna's up this, Solana, oh, blah, blah, blah. Oh, altcoins are dead. Oh, look. And so we keep heading in that direction. That's the expectation. And it's just like, that's, anyway, if we get something like that, I don't know how we're going to get into next year still in the bull market. Right? We got this 3-year parabola I've been talking about there for a while. There's not a lot of room left to go on this parabola, right? Started at the beginning of 2018, down in the global financial crisis. This quote-unquote bear market, the 2-month bear market, that everybody says is a bear market, but you and I know was just normal volatility. Then again, we tap the parabolic line again. Maybe we drop down one more time, maybe we don't. Maybe we drop down to 50,000, high 40,000s. Plan might call for us to buy it. We'll buy it. We'll scoop it up before boom. Or maybe it just goes boom. Either way, there's just not that much more room to go. So you talk about all these things that I'm talking about. You compare that to what other people are saying about the expanding cycle some people are talking about. Bob Lucas talking about how, this 4-year cycle, it's a right translated cycle. We'll get something sometime in the middle of 2022 instead of what he thought would be around now. People calling for triple tops now. Oh, we're going to have 3 tops. It's going to be, see, that's the first top, right? So we're going to have this first top, and then and then we're going to have another top, and then it's going down, and then we'll have another top. Whatever. CBBI, all these things, whatever. It doesn't matter. We're going to have to see where the market takes us. And as we've seen in the past, when this market moves, it moves fast. We've seen how quickly Bitcoin's price can double. Already doubled right here. Boom. Double right there. Boom. Altcoins are already, some of these altcoins, they're running too. I've talked about Luna for well over a year, talking about the Terra Foundation, all the stuff that they're doing. And, look, for altcoins, anyway, the altcoins that I've covered for here, I've tried to get them before they really blew up. But Luna's been well known for a long time, and it's very big. But look, that's done like, 1,000% over the past few months. 1,000% more, I think it's like 1,200. So look, the market's moving. You do not want to be chasing after this market. By the time you catch up, there's a very good chance it'll be right before it crashes, or maybe even on a downswing after whatever the peak is. Just like where I was, October came in here, went up. I'm brilliant. We got this little crash. Oh, I bought it. I added I never came in with a lot of money in 2017. It was more of an experiment for me. But I got the bulk of my money in at this dip in early November. It went from like 8,000 and change to 6,000 something, and I thought I was the smartest guy. Oh, I got the dip. Oh, we're rolling. And then blast off. Well, by the I'm putting money in. Oh, I'm trading. Oh, I got XRP. Oh my God, it went 15x. I took out my original investment and then I bought some Cardano and Tron and a few other things, and I saw it go up. Oh, I'm so smart. And then, boom. So if you're on the fence about anything, you need to get off the fence really quickly, because once we start going here, zoom in so you can see it. Once we start going here, and we start zooming, and those altcoins start popping off, right here. Here's where we are, right here. Right around here. We start zooming. Altcoins popping off. Market's going crazy. You will quickly understand you missed the best opportunities to get into this market. And remember, I'm not buying. I can't tell you to buy. I'm not buying. I'm not telling you to buy. I won't. If somebody came up to me up on the street and said, "Hey, Mark, should I buy altcoins?" Right? Samantha down the street comes up to me, "Hey, Mark, should I buy altcoins?" My boyfriend says, "I need to buy some altcoins. He's buying these altcoins. I don't know." She asked me this question, I would say, "Yeah, buy some altcoins, but just understand, it's about to turn into a gambler's market. It's possible today's price is the lowest you will get to buy these tokens. That's certainly a legitimate possibility. But let's not go into this thinking it can only go up from here. Or when it goes up, you're the smartest person. Or if one of the things that I've recommended goes up, you start saying, 'Mark, you're so smart. You're the best. You really took care of me.' Or think that this is your last chance to buy below whatever price Twitter says." It is, if things play out the way everybody thinks, the way my gut tells me, it's not going to matter what you do, what you choose, what altcoin you choose is not going to matter. The most important choice you have right now is, and you need to make it ASAP, is, are you going to put more money in now? Or are you going to wait it out? Sit it out. See how things go. People worry about Bitcoin. It's only up 1% on the week. It's not zooming like it did earlier this month. I certainly understand that. Your altcoin may be sitting there. You're like, "Oh my God, Shiba Inu. Everybody's making money off of Shiba and mine's not going, it's not moving." Just wait. Just wait until the next 30% drop, whenever it comes. When altcoins go down 50%, 60%, Bitcoin's down 30%, altcoins go even more. Happens more than you think. And it will happen. It will happen probably on the way to whatever. If we do go to a peak, it will happen once, maybe twice on the way to that peak. It doesn't change anything. But it fucks with your emotions. It screws with your head. And it gets you all worked up. Right now, at this moment, we have a massively bullish long-term trading pattern. All sorts of momentum, upward trajectory, strength in the underlying market. I have no concerns at all. As long as you're making the most of the opportunities to buy when the time is right, which is basically, Jesus Christ, man, from May through essentially the beginning of October. Almost straight through. Not literally straight through, but basically almost straight through. Would have been, anyway, that's the time. And if you made the most of that opportunity, and you bought while the time was right, then you're going to be fine. You don't have to worry about anything from here on out. Of course, you can squeeze out a little more with a good swing trade here or there. Maybe there's another approach that can do better. I mean, that's fine. You can always do better than anything I say. But if things go the way everybody thinks they will, in a few weeks, I'll start getting questions. "Hey man, what's the next Shiba Inu? Hey, what's the inside scoop on this project? Hey, I heard about this token. It's up like 10x. Should I get in? What should I buy that'll give me the next 100x before the end of the bull market? Hey, hey, Mark, look at this altcoin. Do you think it'll go up 10x? Do you think we'll get rich? Look, the time for 100x and 10x has passed. Some of your altcoins will do 10x. Absolutely. If you have the fortitude not to sell them after they double, or if you're willing to take the risk of sitting on these things while they double and then double again and not take money out, but you're not going to, that's not your whole portfolio. That will be luck, a good luck, something lucky that you have in your portfolio, maybe a few altcoins that you have in your portfolio, and it's all going to be luck because it's alt season. Because when the market blows up and it explodes, everything explodes. And it doesn't matter whether it's a good project or bad project. It just doesn't matter. It's alt season. Realistically, think in terms of 5x for the overall portfolio. Not that every altcoin will do exactly 5 times higher than it is today, just saying some will do 10x. A few will do 10x. Some will just double or triple or quadruple, and you're just going to have to be happy with that. Just think about what it feels like when your head is spinning and the market is moving so fast, and you can't even conceive of how high some of these things can go. I mean, if you were around at the beginning of this year, if you were around during DeFi summer of last year, if you were around during 2017, yeah, you can get a sense of that. I worry that we're going to start blasting off. You're going to get excited. You're going to chase the market upwards. And by the time you feel like you finally got enough money in the market that you're happy, we don't get this anymore. We get this. Down, down, down. I don't want that for you. You don't want that for you. Make up your mind now. Are you going to sit it out like I am? Sit it out. Wait until whenever the next opportunity is, whenever my plan says to buy, this line will keep going up. The buying zone will keep going up. The price, whatever it does, who knows? Those are just squiggles. Are you going to do that and just hang tight? Sit on your hands, see where the market goes, wait for another opportunity, save money, set aside money for whenever that opportunity comes, even if that means watching the market just go straight up to the market peak. Or the other choice is you need to get in now, knowing that, well, maybe we will crash another 30%. And you're not going to have money to pick up cheap crypto, which is a risk. The only thing I can say, don't wait. And if you're wondering why I don't have data and metrics and things like that like I do for Bitcoin, it's because there aren't any. There aren't any really good, we don't have really good data on altcoins. There are some things we can learn about Ethereum, and I'll take just a really brief amount of time to show you one little snippet, which is the Ethereum addresses. There is a lot of, let's see, where are we? Here, okay. So when you look at the number of addresses with the non-zero balance, it goes up constantly forever. Basically. Oh, really? Except actually during this most recent, I don't want to say crash, but well, it's a crash. But the quote-unquote bear market, that 2-month bear market in between these massive run-ups. So it constantly goes up, but when you look a little closer and you look at the different types of holders, and let's get up to people who have one or more Ethereum, right? It climbs steadily. But then you get into the bigger wallet balances, and it started falling from November 2020 onward until the market climax. Well, now it's climbing back up again. People are accumulating again. Balances over 100, whales accumulating, big people accumulating, right? Fell off a cliff all through that time. Oh, market's going up, nobody's selling. What are you talking about? All these people are selling. Bottomed out, now we're flattening, we're starting to come up again. So just these little, and so I don't want to, I've already been talking for 19 minutes or so. The data isn't that great. You can't get a really robust perspective, I assure you. There is nothing about Ethereum that looks bad at all. One of the things that's kind of interesting is the total amount of Ethereum locked in DeFi protocols still hasn't gone back to its all-time high. We'll see. Maybe that'll change. Maybe DeFi just that was the peak for DeFi, and the next comes Web 3.0 or something else, whatever the flavor of this alt season is. I don't think it would be beyond the realm of possibility to expect that next we see it's going to go like that. And it's going to just shoot up. We'll see. Gas fees play a role. Also, a lot of the L2s, which save you gas fees, they're kind of difficult for a lot of people to use. They're really it's hard enough to learn how to use Ethereum to do DeFi. That's a chore. That's a real task. That's very, very complicated and confusing. Much less to then bridge over to some of these L2s. So all these things are great to think about. Certainly nothing to worry about. I don't have really good data to get you anything more than my perspective, and just look at those patterns and trends that I've shown you. At the same time, there's no reason this market has to do what I said or what everybody thinks it will. And even if it does, if we start shooting up, you're not going to, don't be coming to me, hey, Mark, what should I buy? No, if we start shooting up, if we start going crazy, if we start doing another one of these, like we did earlier in the year, and we just start shooting up, if we start doing something like this, like we did in 2018, just start shooting up, here, 2017, massive alt season, shooting up, do not ask me what you should buy. Ask me when are we going to sell. But we're not there yet. We just have to see how the market plays out. We may not get there for a long time, but it could come a lot faster than you think. The point is we're going to be prepared. Right? We're playing for big wins. We're playing for home runs. We don't care about these little moves. Right? We don't care about what happened this past week, down 10%, Bitcoin, alts down 15, 20%. Who cares? We want this. We're playing for all this. Twitter, YouTube, what are they playing for? They're playing for this. These little bits, right? This little bit. Oh my God, we're up 20%. Oh, we dropped 20%. Screw that. We want all this. 1,000%. Even just 500%. What other market are you going to get 500% realistically? Get 500%. Sit on your ass for a year. Get 500%. 5 times value on your investment. There is none. So that's what we're playing for. The question is, when are we going to get it? We got it earlier this year. Is it going to come again? And if it comes, well, is that going to come before the next market cycle peak? Go up, boom, zoom, peak, crash. So are we going to have that next opportunity before that happens? Before the market cycle peak? Are we going to go up and then we just go up and down? There's no peak. And we do something like this. Up, down, no peak. Up, down, no peak. Up, down, no peak. Up, down, no peak. Right? This happens. It's just a volatile market and we do these things. We'll just have to see how it goes. Relax and enjoy the ride.